This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So today we're going to talk about why Black women love their whole phases so much. The video that I'm going to show you is not a Black woman. This is not a Black woman. This is a white girl, and she's going to sort of tell us some facts about that little whole phase and why we're not doing that. Lionesses aren't missing anything with that. So without too much further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show the video. She does drop a couple of F-bombs, so it's not pure. So if you got some little ears around that you don't want to hear a couple of F-bombs be dropped, just a warning. You know, it's not profanity laced, but she is going to say it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to let her talk, and then we're going to come back and cook this little phase. Here we go.
Whenever people want to bring up the fact that I've been with my husband since I was 19 and say, oh, you're missing out. What?
Now, before we continue, I forget that sometimes you guys can't read that. The comment that she's responding to says, missed out on everything life has to offer. No thanks. So she's commenting on that. I'm going to start it over and let you hear her from the top.
Whenever people want to bring up the fact that I've been with my husband since I was 19 and say, oh, you're missing out. What the fuck am I missing out on? Being with fucking Brad from Alpha Apple Pie, who refuses to put on a condom and throws a temper tantrum about it? Living with roommates who leave their dishes in the sink and eat my leftovers without asking? The thing that you're missing is the fact that my husband and I met when we met regardless. If we didn't get married when we did, which was when I was 20 and he was 24, almost 25, we would have still been together anyway. We just wouldn't have been married. So it's not like I was ever going to be destined to have this wild single decade of my 20s anyway. Because when you find the person that you genuinely want to be with for your entire life, you don't throw that away just because you met them earlier than most people do. But I already reached my endgame. And in my opinion, life is too short to spend it doing meaningless things with people that don't mean anything to me when I already found what I want. So yeah, I saw my opportunity and I took it. Whenever people...
And we're going to stop sharing. That was a gem, just a real simple gem, real simple, but something that a lot of Black women actually miss. They miss it altogether because of that strong independence. See, what we like to perpetuate in the Black community, because it's ran by a bunch of hyenas, what we like to perpetuate is that if you meet a man while you're young, you know, your early 20s, maybe even like 18 or 19, if you meet the man that is looking to wife you, that is looking to, you know, really cover you for the rest of your lives, if you meet that man in your 20s, then we like to say, oh, you too young to be getting married like that. You know, you too young. What does that even mean? You too young. But what you're not too young for is having all these bunch of kids that you having. You're not too young for that. They 16, 17 years old, dropping out a bunch of kids that had 2 abortions by the time she's 23. All this type of stuff she done been ran through since she was 14. Too young for what? Too young for a healthy relationship. Too young for the responsibility. Too young for finding your fulfillment as a woman, for fulfilling your purpose as a woman. Somehow you too immature and you too young for that. But what's the other side? The other side is the whole phase. That's really the other side. And she's saying, listen, I didn't miss anything. My wild 20s of doing all of this crazy stuff with these dudes that don't care nothing about me. Like she said, you know what I'm saying? Brad from Alpha, Beta Pi, or Alpha Apple Pie, and he's squawking about condoms and, just the rigmarole of stupidity. But the comment that she was replying to, talking about, missed out on everything. What did you really miss? And this is the shaming language of hyenas and pass me chicks and 304s when they talk to married women who express that they got married as young women and didn't wait till they was 49 years old to try to, after them and ran through the whole world after, this.
This is Sparta!
After you done been with Leonidas and his crew, okay, after all of the heartbreak, the jadedness, the bitterness, all of them energies from them different men that you done carried, all of them babies you done carried, all of the babies that you aborted, the ones you miscarried, okay, after all of that foolishness, then you want to try to heal and then go get a man when you can just get a husband. You don't have to go through all of that. You don't have to heal from anything. You could just start off with a healthy relationship. So a hyena likes to try to shame a lioness as if she missed out on some wonderful part of her life that she can never get back by not slutting herself out to a gang of men through her 20s and half of her 30s. Through her teens, through her late teens, all 20s and half of her 30s, because she didn't smut herself to a gang of dudes, half of which she can't remember their names. Now all of a sudden, she's supposed to be missing. I'm going to tell you what lionesses miss. I'm going to tell you what they miss when they skip that stupid whole phase. That's not a phase. It's really the rest of their life. It's really their lives. I'm going to tell you what a lioness misses. A lioness misses doing one of the worst things that a woman can actually do to herself, which is actually to smut herself out to a bunch of men, to devalue herself. She missed out on all the moments and interactions with men that would make her bitter and jaded, that would make her hate herself, that would make her have all types of insecurities. Okay? She missed out on losing all of her value and making herself to be trash in the eyes of any potential husband or any man that wanted to take her seriously. That's what she loses. She loses out. She misses out on doing that. She misses out on becoming a train wreck of a woman and carrying the mixed energy of so many different men. She missed that boat. And lionesses, if you missed that boat, be glad that that boat sailed by before you could get to the dock. Because that is a trash boat. And that is a boat that only hyenas promote because they own it and it's sinking. It's the Titanic every time you get on. It's the Titanic every time. You never make it. There's never a happy ending to that. Going into that whole, I'm a whore, I'm a party girl, I'm liberated. I can do what men do. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it with this one and that one, all them trains. And you talking about 300 bodies and 2,000 bodies and 1,500 bodies. That's ridiculous. There's no way in the world that we should be promoting among Black women and young Black women and young Black girls that she's too young and immature to meet a man that love her and that want to cover her, that wants to give her 4 Ps, that wants to give her a system, order, and structure, that wants to do these things, and all of a sudden she's too young to do this, but she's not too young to go through the rigmarole of all the foolishness that you went through as an older one. You know you went through crap. You know it wasn't fun for you. You know you had to hear, this is why all that, getting my age, talking about your celibate. Girl, if you don't stop. And then because they trying to rid themselves of all them sex demons that they done accumulated all of them years. Being with all of them men that she didn't take seriously and that didn't take her seriously. And the ones that she wanted them to take seriously, but she didn't have nothing else to give them but sex. And he didn't want that. And when he demanded more out of her, when he demanded her womanhood out of her, when he demanded her femininity out of her, she couldn't deliver. And so when she couldn't deliver, he packed his bags and went elsewhere. and found another woman that could. Now she butthurt over, you know what I'm saying, the one that got away. He might have been a high school sweetheart, or he might have been a college, or he might have just been, she met him early in life. Usually we meet these men early in life because we're in our prime early in life. And lionesses don't stay on the market long. And the reason why we don't stay on the market long isn't because we're getting more opportunities for marriage than a hyena when we're both young, but because a lioness understands to take the opportunity. Just like that lady just said in the video, I saw my opportunity and I took it. That's the difference among other differences. Lionesses understand, okay, here's the man that wants to marry me. I'm young, I'm in my prime, let me do this. Every lioness that done got married young, that's the thought process. It was my thought process at 20. Here's the man that wants to cover me. Let me go. Let me get under his covering. Because I'm 20 now, but 5, 10, 7, 8 years ago by real quick. And I turn around to be 29, done passed up all these men that wanted to be my husband. Now you want to squawk about where the men at. You turned them down. They where you left them at. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to turn back around and go get them men because they remember being rejected by you for really no good reason. So you didn't miss anything. Only a hyena tries to sell the merits of a whole phase that done ruined her. Okay? And try to make it seem like going through what she go through is a better option than a healthy relationship that a lioness can get into young. This is really just a case of misery, love, and company. They know they're on the wrong path. They know they're on the Titanic and it's doomed. They know they're unhappy. They know they're miserable, but they become jealous of the lioness because of her choices. And they're jealous of them choices because for every man they sleep with, the dream of getting married and being in a healthy relationship slips further and further out of their grasp. And they don't regret this until it's literally too late. Till they literally too old and ran through to really even pick their life up and do anything different. So this is why how young hoes become old ones. Because she couldn't stop that train. She didn't stop. She just kept going thinking it was going to be another guy around the corner. And lo and behold, she messed around and got too old for it. Too old to attract the men she used to attract, and too old to change her ways. So the men can smell it on you. Oh no, you just for play, and now you old kinda. So when you know you can't even play long as a young one can. So you really ain't no use. All you do is bring me a bunch of trouble and a bunch of chaos and a bunch of foolishness because that's what you used to. You ain't used to a healthy relationship. You're not used to a man really coming in and covering you and you being under his leadership and you being a good follower. You're not used to that. You practiced being independent and a hoe. That's what you did. So now, you know, you did that all your young life. Now you're an old hoe because that's what you did. So a lioness must never, ever regret her choices in terms of when she sees the opportunity to get married to the right man, she actually take that opportunity. The path of a lioness is least traveled and it is more challenging. I grant you that. However, and it's sometimes lonely because you don't have the benefit of so many different women because unfortunately there are not a lot of lionesses left. Okay. Even so, we fulfill our goal and purpose. We're the ones that actually get to fulfill that goal earlier rather than later. Okay? We find our fulfillment as women without all of the BS and the crap and the this and the that the feminist crap that these hoes have to go through, that they put themselves through. They don't have to go through anything, but they put themselves through that, and then they put themselves through all of the heartache and the this and the that, and me and quote unquote did them wrong and all that kind of crap, and then they got to spend the next 15 years trying to be celibate to heal, talking about they got 3 kids, talking about they waiting to get married to have sex. Girl, that ain't gonna get rid of them demons. They in you. You're not even doing the work. Then you got to try to heal before you can get a man that you can be halfway worthy for. Just skip the drama. It may take you a little bit longer than you think it should take as a lioness, but it don't never take as long as the hyena. Hyenas may never reach the goal, but lionesses, as long as you stay steady, you reach the goal, because there will be a man that come along that wants to cover you, and you will want to be covered by that man. When you see that opportunity, take it. Point blank, period. But before we close out of here, I want to draw everyone's attention to the petition we have against Black Lives Matter organization for their more than $100,000, I keep saying 100,000, $100 million theft that they committed upon the Black community. So if you want to be a part of holding Black Lives Matter accountable for that, please click the link in the description box for the petition, sign, share, and contribute to it. Also, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.